All right, we have the man of the moment. Hashtag justice for Justin. Justin, how are you?
Tim, I'm doing great. I've had a great week. Got to have a watch party with some friends and family, watching myself back. And you know what? Like, as hard as it was losing in the moment, it was really fun watching it. So I'm having a good time.
So, you know, you were definitely the star of the episode in terms of just the drama that played out. Um, did you tell any like what was your watch party like? Did you like friends and family, or like how big was your watch party?
Yeah, so we had probably like 20 friends and family over. And the rumor had gotten around because I told my family about Frank and about how they needed to be ready for someone from Utah to backstab me. And that rumor had spread to everyone. So everyone knew when Frank was up that he was going to pick me. But it was really fun watching me win that duel and seeing all their reactions because everyone had thought I had lost to him.
Zach, did you lose your light there? Do you have a? You're kind of coming in dark.
Oh, hold on. That's probably not going to help. Nope. It's getting darker here in Maine, you guys.
Darker earlier.
Yeah, it's dumb. I don't know if this will help. Hold on.
Yeah,
Is this
that's
better?
already better. That's already better for sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So
Justin, I think that we all on the floor uh, probably had the same reaction as your family when you beat Frank because we were all just as shocked as you were and angry.
No, it was kind of crazy. Like, it really came out of left field. I was not expecting it at all. Like, my reaction of falling to the floor was absolutely genuine. Like, the entire duel before, I was like, oh, I'm so torn. I love Laura and I love Frank. Like, I don't want to see either of them go. And then all of a sudden, he came at me, and I was like, whoa, hello. But the support from everyone on the floor, everyone was so nice and so caring. So I can't be that mad.
I mean, that was a quick reality check, though, in terms of we're not here for friends, sort of things, right? Like it was just like it was like and when we're talking about alliances, you guys got to explain this alliance thing to me because it's like, how do you have alliances in this game? How do you
No, I
trust
mean,
alliances in this game?
it's a great question, Tim. For me, I'm just thinking about okay, what is the most optimal move for everyone to make? And in my head, coming from the same state, being right next to each other, I thought that was a huge advantage with Frank because if we both got randomized or started winning, we could kind of spread out in the opposite directions and build territories against each other. And then if we made it far, then at some point we would turn against each other. But I thought it would be a huge help to start just ramping up that territory. And I think that's what alliances are there for, is to make it so your group of people, your alliance, can build a big territory that eventually someone that you like gets a hold of.
Yeah, I can speak to that because my alliance was spread out across the floor. Like day one, I explored Dublin with Sibel and Kelsey, and then Sibel and Arlene and I went out to dinner. And we just knew we weren't going to challenge each other, and it just so happened that we were all in different parts of the floor. So it was easy to strategize and to be able to hold on to the fact that we weren't going to go after each other.
Like Ashton and I, for instance, like we're right next to each other, and it's like we had this. I mean, we had an understanding that you know we're not going for each other, but like if that changes, if the game changes, at least just be right up front with each other, and we both were. I mean, there was a moment. Yeah, I mean, we both were. Let's just leave it at that. For so
No, and I think that's super fair, right? The floor changes so much that it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Molly.
I don't understand these alliances you guys are talking to, because I didn't have anything like with anybody at the beginning of that game. Like I was quiet like whenever I first started the show. There's so good
Yeah, we're gonna have to get her to reconnect.
I mean, back to what you were saying though, Tim. Like, I think the game is so ever changing with 8 people going out each episode, territories jumping and zooming across every duel basically once you get later on in the show. I think as long as you're up front, I think that's a completely fair game. I think what happened with Frank was right before the episode when we had found out we were standing next to each other. We had both talked about how we were so excited to be next to each other. And he was like, I'm not going to come after you. Like, I don't want Utah eliminated. I want Utah to go as far as possible. And I was like, I'm absolutely with you. Like, I don't want to come after you. Let's work together. And I think that was the reason that I was so blindsided from him, was that
Absolutely.
It was right before the episode that nothing had changed and just went back on it.
Well, you didn't deserve that, Justin.
Thank you, Zach. Thanks.
And you are America's sweetheart. I don't know if you noticed on Reddit, on YouTube, on all of the places where people are commenting.
It's just
Am I good to keep pumping up Justin?
Yeah. Keep bumping me up, Zach. I liked it.
But I mean, all of the comments on all of the social media places like, oh man, Justin's the best. I wish I could have seen more of him. And I think we all felt the same way on the floor.
Well, I mean, honestly, this is the first time that I've ever seen like Redditors be positive about somebody. And I've been really grateful. Like, I've loved the reaction from everyone. It has been really fun. And like I said before, like, everyone on the floor was so nice. So having all their support after I got eliminated, it was really, really helpful. Everyone had been texting me and giving me that encouragement. So I couldn't ask for a better experience.
I just I don't know. Going into that duel. Okay, so Marcia called you out like perfectly. I think what we were all thinking in terms of the way you pronounce Sandra Bullock. So
I swear that's how people pronounce her name. I don't know. Maybe it's just a Utah accent. Like, that's how everyone says it around here. Sandra Bullock. Like, that's what I don't know. I didn't even know that I said anything wrong until she called that out. I was like, oh, okay. I guess that's wrong.
So you kind of tipped your hand a little bit there, but I honestly, going into that duel with Frank, I thought you were gonna win. I mean, and then like halfway through it, I thought you were gonna lose, and then like the tables turned a little bit. You know, you missed. When you missed Navratilova, I was like, uh-oh. Or when you passed on
I still
Navratilova,
have no
like,
idea who that is.
Me neither.
That's the one that I'm like, there's never in a million years I would have gotten her.
And then
Lisa Leslie, that one was bad. I should have gotten her.
Yeah. But the fact that you knew Steffi Graf, like, there's not a ton, like, that's probably next generation, but so you knew Graf and didn't know Navratilova. It was like, but then, like, you rebounded solidly, dude. Like, it's, you know,
Oh, thank you.
You got to be a goldfish in that and just forget about the last mistake. And you did. You did. You know, he just had this stone cold look about him, and which is ironic. I use that term because who was it? Was it Dash that put the thing on Instagram about Justin being stone cold? That was compared you to Stone Cold Steve Austin and put up the meme.
It really was.
That was awesome.
I mean, I would describe myself as maybe the most opposite of Stone Cold ever, but it was hilarious when he tagged me in that and I saw that. I said, all right.
So I'm going to just put some pictures up. So tell us a little bit, while I'm doing this, tell us a little bit just about your journey in terms of how you became a contestant.
Yeah, that's a great question. Honestly, I had never heard of The Floor, but I've always wanted to be on some sort of reality show. I've been a huge Survivor fan, huge Big Brother fan, like basically made those my personality traits all growing up. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to just start applying to every show possible. And actually, the first show I applied to was Beast Games. And I was supposed to be on the first season of Beast Games, but I had to turn it down because it was my brother's wedding. And then I had my last semester of school and I was going to have to delay my college graduation. So I was like, you know what, this just doesn't work out. So then I started just applying to everything else because I was like, now that I know I can get on something, I have to just get on something. And The Floor was the first one that reached out to me. And it's so funny, in my interviews with The Floor, I didn't even know it was a trivia show. And so I'm talking all about like social strategy, all of these things. And they start asking me about how much I love trivia. And I was like, oh, like that's what this is about. And changed my whole interview around it. I was like, yeah, no, I love trivia, car rides every summer. My dad and I would do trivia. And so it was really funny. Like I had just never watched it. But once I found out I was getting further along in the process, I was like, okay, let's start finding out more of what this is. And then
maybe I should watch
we ended
this.
up here. Yeah.
Is this not the best part of this though, Zach? Is like everybody we've talked to so far, it's a different journey. It's
Seriously.
maybe there's some commonality in terms, like you're not the only one who didn't know about the game, but I mean,
No.
just the fact that like you were on, and I don't know, are we supposed to talk about this stuff? I don't give a crap. Like yeah, you got cast for Beast Games. I had a chance to be on Big Brother, and
I'm just a schmuck from Auburn, Maine.
Scheduling wise, same situation. Like I've applied for shows before, and this was before I lost 140 pounds. They basically told me you're too fat. So like I got all the way to the end of the casting process, and they basically then told me, like, we'd love you to go on The Biggest Loser, but no. That's just me paraphrasing. That's that. Yeah, nobody actually said that. I'd be rich.
Yeah, fair. You're getting a nice documentary made about you.
Nobody ever said you could. Right? Did you see that? Did you watch that at all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I loved.
No, I did.
Yeah, I loved The Biggest Loser. That was great. That was well done. Not enough. Like they could do 10 more episodes on that, but it was well done.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They didn't say you're too fat. They but they said everything but actually saying you're too fat. It was more like we're scared in terms of the physical challenges with you. So yeah, but like you, it was like, all right, I got a taste of this now. I always wanted to be on a reality show or a game show. I got a taste of this. I love trivia. Not just BSing like your story. No,
to be fair, my story wasn't BS. I did do trivia in the car with my dad's every summer. I just had to improvise.
Hey, all about. Seriously, that's all about. That's the best trait in life, to be very adaptable. Very fluid in terms of going with the situations. When you in terms of what was your take once you actually got cast? Were you were you nervous? Were you excited? Were you did you have any moments where you're like, I don't know about going, or was it just like, yeah, let's go?
Yeah, no, I was all in the second that I got cast. Honestly, I didn't get nervous until we actually got out on the floor. I was just feeling excited the whole time. I was feeling pretty confident in myself. I was like, I know enough about enough random things that I think I have a decent chance at this. So even if I don't expect to win the 250 grand because it's so luck based at that point, but I really liked my odds at least winning one of the episodes. So going into it, I was like, let's just do this. Let's see what we've got. And that stayed the whole way. I was really excited the whole journey going into it. I had started studying with my wife, and this was really the first time I watched the show. We would stand like pretending we were dueling while the duels were going on in the episodes, and we would just mute the TV and duel back and forth with each other.
Nice.
And every episode I was watching, I was just getting more and more hyped, getting ready to go out to the real thing. But the real thing is crazy. Like, I don't know how much you could tell on the TV, but when I went up to duel against Frank, I was shaking so bad I couldn't talk anymore, and they stopped production, gave me a glass of water, and were like telling me to breathe, calm down, and I was gripping that table to make sure that I wasn't like shaking up there. It's stress inducing, especially that first episode.
Well, and yeah, exactly. You were part of that sacrificial lamb group of the first episode of just figuring out the just the situation in terms of like actually going up on stage, and like
Yeah,
on top of that, you just had this blind side happen to you. So like when we talk about this isn't a reality show, yeah, that was a reality show move. That was a Big Brother blind side right there. And then so you're dealing
right.
with that,
Yeah.
but then now you're supposed to get in game mode, and you're supposed to not trip going up the stairs. So yeah, dude, it's just such mad props to you for pulling yourself
Thank
together
you.
in that moment, and then going out and kicking ass and
Yeah.
repping your category.
Thank you. Once I had won that first duel, I felt like all of my nerves had gone away because my biggest fear was going out there and just making a complete fool of myself. And once I won the duel, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm good. No matter what happens from here on out, like, I'm proud of how I've done, and I'm going to be okay.
I was wondering while I was watching it back, was there a world in which you would have stayed up there? Like, did it even cross your mind to be like, yeah, I'm gonna challenge somebody here?
Zach, I have had so many nightmares about that ever since it happened. I think about that. I still think about it. Knowing now that the randomizer landed on Luke, because that was the one person I was most nervous about once I had Sandra Bullock movies. Knowing that it landed on him, if I could go back, what I would do is I would challenge sitcom families, hope I would beat Marcia in that, and then I would challenge Kwame and Stamps. And if I won both of those, I would have used the category steal, and I would have swapped to get Roman numerals, because that was the category out of all 100 I was most confident in. Like,
For real?
For real,
Wow.
I was grinding that one.
Wait
And
till
so-
you see the duel.
but- Is it pretty intense?
Yeah. Yeah, intense is being generous. It's being soft. It was batshit crazy.
No, I believe it. I just think it would have been such a cool power move, though, to like win 3 in a row and then be like, I trust myself in this math one more than anyone else on the floor. I think that would have been cool. But in the moment,
in that
moment, I
early
was just-
part of the game, if you went from sports to pop culture to math, dude, you would have been in the finale. There's no doubt.
right?
You would have been in the
And I would have
finale.
had like 8 squares at that point. Like, I would have been a whale of a whale from the start. But in the moment, I was thinking, okay, I will lose Sandra Bullock if someone challenges me in this, but I have a great chance of at least splitting the 40 grand right now,
Mhm.
because I have an over 90% chance each randomizer for it to not touch me. If 3 out of 4 duels remaining pass and go back to the floor after they win, then I've secured at least 20 grand. Versus if I challenge Marcia, I get myself probably a 50-50 shot of beating her. So I was looking at it and I was like, okay, I'm going to play my odds. I think the odds are better that the randomizer doesn't hit me and I walk away with 20 or 40 grand. And then I'll probably get eliminated episode 2, but like, that's fine. I won money and not a lot of people win money. It almost worked. The strategy was there.
I mean, can you disagree with that, Zach? Like, everything he said just makes perfect sense to me.
It makes perfect sense, and I would have done probably the exact same thing in your situation, because there were so many people on the floor. The randomizer, the chances of the randomizer getting there, and I know online, I've seen, it's not random,
Yeah.
but that's not. It's just not true. It is what it is.
Right.
And the chances were just as good for it to hit Luke as it was to hit anybody else on that floor at that point.
Absolutely.
So,
And
give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry.
yeah, and just I play a lot of poker. And so like I am
Nice.
always all about I'm not card counting, but I'm always about odds. I'm all about
Yeah.
just calculating and for me in that moment, like please do not stop all the nightmares cuz like you made the best play. In my humble opinion, you made the best play you could in that moment. Like the sheer odds of it randomizing somebody else away from you were far more in your favor than
Yeah.
so.
And well, thank you. I know, and at the end of the day, I do think that was the most optimal play. It's just you're always thinking about what your other options were. It was just crazy that it landed on Luke of all people because I think I had a semi decent chance against most people. But I had been talking to Luke for hours before we even started filming episode 1, and he's like, "Dude, you're so good. I don't know anything about sports. I'm not coming after you." And I was like, "I don't know on-screen judges. Like, I'm not coming after you either." He's like, "The only category I want is Sandra Bullock movies. I have been studying her nonstop." And I'm like, "That is so sweet. That's going to be awesome. You're going to crush that category." And so like, it's just crazy luck.
Is
That's
all
the
of that
one
coming
person.
is all that coming back into your head as you're standing next
Oh
to him
my
on the
gosh.
stage?
Yes. Yes. So I don't know if the TV doesn't really show this that well. You have to pay attention. But when it happened in real life, the randomizer's going and I'm facing the other side of the floor. And I'm like, I don't see it anywhere. Like, okay. I turn around and I see that it's on Luke and I just go, no, no. Yeah, exactly. Like the second I saw his square light up, I was like, I just lost 40 grand. I'm going home episode 1. Are you serious?
It's like in the movies where all those moments come flashing at you, just like boom, 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 boom. Like all those
Right?
conversations you had had with him are like whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Yes, all flooding back in right all at once. And so like I didn't even feel any pressure by the time I got up on stage with him because I was like, my fate is sealed. The only chance I have is to get the 9 in a row that I know, and he gets all the hard ones right off the bat.
Let's
And
just
then he
give
got,
it a
like,
go.
the blind
What the
side.
hell,
Yeah,
what's the worst that
yeah.
could happen? I'm gonna lose, and then
Yeah. So it's just funny.
and then you were waiting for that 40,000, like, and then this music comes at you.
Oh,
Sorry to
No!
sorry to stick the knife in. Sorry to stick the knife in. And there it is, zombie. Yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten Demolition Man either, by the way.
No.
thank you.
That
Same.
was 2 weeks notice. That was the other one where I was like, "What?" Yeah.
Oh no, I was upset
I
you didn't get that one. I knew 2 weeks notice.
Did you really?
I
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I knew all the rest of them.
besides
I
Demolition
knew all the
Man.
rest of them, but 2 weeks notice, I was kind of like, and
Yeah, that's the problem. I really don't go back and watch movies from like before I was born. And so all those ones from the early 90s, I was like, I had never even heard of them. But that randomizer is crazy. Like, I just remember that entire episode, it would not leave my area. Like, it hit
Yep.
Elizabeth, second duel overall, and then randomized again to Laura. Both of those were 2 squares away from me. And then it went kind of off for a little bit and then came back to Luke. And if I had stayed, it would have gone to fair play, which again was 2 squares away from me. Like throughout the entire episode, the randomizer was only 2 to 3 squares away.
trust me when I tell you that Zach and I know that feeling very well. Yeah. To
Yeah,
be
I can't wait.
continued.
I had a
To be continued.
The
Yeah.
difference is we both had categories that people were not were intimidated by, which is good. And yours, people were
Yeah.
intimidated by too, Justin. You just happened to be next to one of the people that wasn't.
Right. I think that's the exact problem is people were either completely staying away from Hall of Famers or it was their number one of, yeah, I think I could probably take this on. And Frank was just one of those that was like, yeah, I trust this.
And I have to tell you, when you won the duel, I was like, because you just never know. I hate to like I was like one of the
Yeah.
old farts on the floor. And Frank was one of the fewer older farts than me on the floor. So it's like,
Yeah.
well, maybe I'm feeling pretty confident in sportscasters, but maybe like just out of sheer years he's been watching, maybe he does know more than me. And so
He might have been the only person that would take you on that.
and so when you beat him, because he said to me in the contestant room, he's like, I'm coming for you. My plan is I'm going to win 3 in a row and take your category.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
And you would have had Sandra Bullock movies.
And I would have lost on 2 weeks' notice. I would,
Yeah.
The other thing that's crazy, and I want to definitely get Zach's input on it. And listen, we're going along on all of these, but I think I don't think I think this has been interesting. So I think people are going to be entertained.
Okay.
So,
That's the hope.
when you were one of the people that, because I said this on the group chat, like, I didn't come to make friends because I just thought that so much of the casting in these shows is just like casting stereotypes and like folks just wanting their like 2 seconds of fame for their Instagram. And I brutally honest, like you were one of the people that you and Aaron H, were like 2 of the people that I looked at. I'm like, damn, that dude just got cast off. He probably had like 6-pack ab photos on his Instagram. he just got cast off the gram. And
that's hilarious.
Yeah. And nothing, and then we talked, and I was like, oh, man, gosh, I'm usually pretty good read on people, and I was this entire room, I was such an awful read. Like my superpower throughout my career, throughout my life, has just been like getting a read on people quick. And like my first read on Zach was like Zach had these like rock star glasses. He was in the vicinity of Johnny Fairplay. So I'm thinking those guys are like hanging out at Hollywood parties and stuff. And like, so it's like, I just
wow.
Like
I think that could not be further from the truth for Zach.
Right? Zach's pastor from my state, literally lives like 4 minutes down the road from my dad. It was just it was crazy. Did you walk away with any like in terms of just your read on people, like how were you in terms of reading people?
Yeah. No, that I think the way you described it is so completely accurate. For me personally, I came in being like, I am such a game bot in this. Like, I literally study survivor strategy all the time. Like, that's one of my like basically pastimes. And so going into that, I was like, I feel like I'm going to be able to outplay everyone. I don't care about anyone here. And it actually was crazy. People were so genuine. And I mean, there's a reason everyone got cast. It's because everyone was outgoing. Everyone could be like a bold, dynamic personality. Mm-hmm. But just seeing everyone for who they actually were, it really was crazy. Like, I walked off that stage crying. And like, part of the reason I was crying was because I had lost and I just lost 40 grand and I had to go home episode 1. But the other part was I was so sad that I was going to miss all of the connections that were there, because I really just loved getting to know everyone, which I did not expect at all.
Nope. And I've been waxing a little poetic on the WhatsApp, but I really do. I really hope I really hope we keep all these connections and because I
couldn't
think
agree more.
This is such a unique experience. And to actually have it with 99 other people, sometimes you have these unique experiences on shows. You might have like 10 people you did it with. You might have, I don't know if you just lost me here. Hold on one sec. What happened?
You're still good on my end.
Yeah, my camera just flicked for a second. Now my screen's off. Hold on one sec. All right, I don't want to click too much because I'm going to start clicking all you off here. Hold on one sec.
We lost him. Actually, for real.
See you, Tim. See ya.
Sorry, I've been in and out. My boys are at each other's throats, and it's been. And my wife is at an event at church, so I'm like going in and out of their rooms.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. And sorry to make you guys do this a Saturday evening. I really feel bad that I didn't know about this the first go around.
It's partly our fault because mostly
Yeah.
our fault because like we put it on the group chat, but like didn't think, okay, let's reach out to these people individually because people were filling out the form that we put, and I got overwhelmed by how many people filled it out, and I didn't think to look to see, okay, who's actually on episode 1 until episode 1 airs. I'm like, oh man, because for some reason I was thinking
so valid.
Justin and Luke is like episode 3. It's crazy
I wish.
how it's just crazy how it all bled together eventually.
Oh, I'm sure. I can't even imagine. I'm sure people were just delirious by the end.
Oh boy. I think I probably would. Like, I was very close to passing out a few
There we go.
times.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you hear stories about me?
Oh, I believe
Is that
that.
why you say that?
No.
Yeah,
I actually
no.
haven't heard any stories about how people were faring by the end. I just am imagining
rough.
what it would be like after one day.
It was
hanging
rough.
on by a thread is how we were faring towards
Yeah,
the end.
I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm trying to think of where I was here.
Talking about how nice everyone was, how you misread people. I misread people.
So speaking about that, Zach, we were just while you got up, we were talking about like misreading people, and like I was telling him about how I thought he was just like probably like this dude on Instagram with 6-pack abs and you know cast from his photos, and like you were like this like Hollywood starlet hanging with Johnny Fairplay and with the you know the Stone Cold Steve Austin look. Stone Cold meets Steve Urkel.
Yeah. I feel like I read everybody really well, but that's because we talked about it earlier the other night. I was there to just make friends. So I was just talking to everybody. So for you, Justin, like I remember we hung out in the makeup room, I think, a little bit before the episode. And I was like, man, Justin's so cool. I really hope he sticks around. But like, I didn't have any expectations of you that you didn't meet, I guess, because like even that little bit of conversation we had, I'm like, okay, I got this guy's vibe. And that's what I do. Like as a pastor, I just read people like that. So I can usually pick up on stuff. And I was like, man, Justin's just a solid guy. And you were the first heartbreak of the season for me.
Oh yeah.
Because
1000%.
I had people that I hadn't talked to yet. So the people that I did talk to, I was like, man, I want to get to know these people more.
Yeah,
and so when
for sure.
you got eliminated, I was like, oh no. And then were Sibel and Ricky before or after you got eliminated? Did they duel?
They were before I got eliminated. They were the duel before me.
I thought Sibel was going to be my first heartbreak of the season because she and I met as soon as we got off the plane in Ireland. And so like I was already elevated from that duel because I was like, I'm going to lose Sibel this early. This is going to be awful. And I don't know how I'm going to survive. And then she survived. And I was like, okay, good. And then you get up there again. And I knew Luke was nice, but I was like, Justin needs to survive. I can't lose a friend the first thing.
Oh, man. No, that is so nice of you. And for those listening, like Zach, everyone there was outgoing and nice, but Zach was on a different level. Like, Zach, you truly were like the nicest person I think I may have ever met in my life. So I think it goes to show the type of person you are. You're very kind out there.
He had such a stealthy, quick first step with the hugs. Like as soon as somebody got called, like running towards them to give them hugs. It was crazy. Like just how he went from 0 to 60 across the floor. Like he was the producer's nightmare in terms of that. Like, but
That's
I mean, it
so
was
funny.
so genuine, like you said.
They did not like me. The reminders to stay in our squares were for me specifically.
Justin, before we let you go, like, what do you want people to know about you and your life that you didn't get time to tell people on the show?
Wow, that is a very interesting question. I've never thought about that. What do I want people to know about me and my life? I really just hope that I came across as myself. I wasn't playing a character out there. That is just that's who I am. I overreact to everything that happens around me. I want people to know that hopefully I came across as a good, kind person and with at least a little bit of a brain. And I hope that they know that I want to be back on TV and that they should look out for me at some point in the future.
I mean,
if the Justin for Survivor 51.
I was just gonna say hashtag if there's justice for Justin, then I mean he's gonna be on Survivor. If the Survivor casting directors have any clue, like once we get past this exclusivity window, like get this gentleman on Survivor. Get him on Survivor. Get him on Deal or No Deal Island. Just get him on an island.
Maybe then I could finally get tan bullets in my life. I want no Love Island for me. Married man.
Temptation Island?
Oh, no. If I had to rank every single show possible to go on,
Mrs.
that
Justin.
may be the very bottom.
We'll cut that from the episode. I'm sorry I even said
no, you're good. Leave it on.
Zach, am I going to hell for saying that?
No, but I do have a question, Justin. Did you apply for the civilian version of Traitors?
The first day that I saw that came out, I applied immediately. That is my number one that I want to be on. Survivor's always been my number one, but since they're doing all civilian Traitors,
Same.
I purposely didn't post that. I purposely didn't post that on the group chat until after I applied.
Same.
Yep.
I was like, no, I know all these people can get on TV. Don't let them decrease my odds. Keep it under wraps.
As soon as I saw that they were doing it, I was like, okay, here we go. Although I'm still flabbergasted I got on the floor, so I'm not expecting a call back from Traitors.
You just never know, man. You just never know. Like you said.
That is the truth.
What brothers, sisters?
I've got 3 younger brothers, 2 younger sisters. I'm the oldest of 6 kids. We're all just a really close family. I said this on the show, but it didn't make it because I was slurring my words out of nervousness at this point. But my younger brothers have always been more athletic than me, but I feel like I've always understood the knowledge of sports more than them. And so it was really fun to be able to go up and prove that on the floor.
You did the dang thing, man. You did. You totally proved it. How long have you been married?
I've been married for about 3 years now, just hit 3 years. So me and my wife met in college and love at first sight for me. I had to win her over a little bit, but we got there.
Hey, it's anything good in life is worth the struggle, right? Is worth fighting for.
Absolutely.
So just because it's the one production thing I haven't done yet. I haven't put up everybody's state. Like, what state were you repping? Obviously Utah.
I was repping Utah. Yeah. I'm one of the true people born and raised in Utah. I've lived in Arizona. I've lived in Oklahoma for a little bit, but Utah is my real home.
You're back where you belong.
Back where we belong. Love it here.
Anything you want to plug? Any projects? Any upcoming television appearances? Anything you want to plug?
No crazy television appearances for me right now. If you want to follow me on TikTok, I've got 100 followers. Justin.call1. My Instagram's right here. Nothing really exciting on either of those. I'm not some influencer or anything. No Hollywood 6-pack abs right here, but we just have a good time.
Hey, like Zach said, I think we took for granted that everybody was just everybody's paying attention to the group chat at all the time. So I just wanted to make sure when I reached out to you, I just wanted to, quite honestly, I just wanted to make sure like it was like I didn't do anything to make you mad because like you were like you've been
what?
like one of the 4 people from the jump that's been commenting on like my Instagram that has like 200 followers. So I was like,
Dude, that's because you're awesome. No, you absolutely did not do a singular thing wrong. I've loved being
Awesome.
able to come on here and talk with you.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate it. I know Zach in between the officiating, his kids, and Molly, who is now trying to get back on, hopefully in a better place from her drive. But we really appreciate you, and you know your journey's not done, dude. Honestly, like we're gonna get you on another show.
Thanks, Tim. Me and you together.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
Wait,
like
what about
Aaron.
Zach?
Aaron really wants
Zach,
to be.
and Zach.
Yeah, Aaron H really wants to be on Big Brother. You want to be on Survivor?
Oh, he would do good.
Yeah.
He would do really good on Big Brother.
Yeah, and so like I tried to put him in touch with those people because I think he would slay it on there. I
agreed.
unfortunately don't know the Survivor people, so I know some Survivor
Okay.
players beyond Johnny Fairplay and Jacob.
I know Johnny Fairplay and Jacob
There
Derwin.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Jacob Derwin's a good one to talk to, honestly. He's worked in casting and he knows so
That
many
is
people.
true.
Have you talked to him
Yeah.
at all about it?
I haven't talked to him yet about it, no, but that is someone I would reach out to for sure.
Yeah, we
That's
gotta
another
connect you
guy
with
that
him.
he really surprised me with how genuine he was. He was a really
Dude,
nice guy.
honestly, like I actually just like I had to go up for a job interview to New York for like in and out for the day, and I had like 2 hours. And his office, he works for Audio Technica, which is like a nerdy audio company, and they do podcasts and stuff. And but they're like the gold standard on these mics. And
Oh, no
so his offices were like right down where I was going for the job interview. So I got to hang with him for a couple hours that day.
Nice.
He is so nice, dude. He is just like we knew it from just talking to him there. But I mean, I think you get people
No, I'm
outside
sure.
of that, you know, you get people outside of that even, and
Right,
just
take the added stress, the little bit of untrust away.
Yep.
I'm sure he was even nicer.
Well said. Hey, Justin, thank you a ton for the time, and seriously, thank you. Sacrificial lamb's probably the wrong, but
The wrong term with Pastor Zach here.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, well, that too. I forgot about that. Jeez, I keep having to ask Zach if I'm going to hell for these comments, but
I said it the other night. I've heard worse in my office on a typical Monday morning, so don't worry about it.
hey, hopefully, we can get you on a talk strategy later in the year once you start to see some more of these episodes. But this was
absolutely.
awesome.
I'd love to come back.
This was awesome.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Tim, and thank you, Zach, so much for having me on. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, if later on in the season you want me back on, you just let me know. There's nothing I love more than talking strategy, like I said. So I'm all there.
Just so I know, because I'm taking notes, because like it's an element that I'm working on in terms of from the production side. If you had one duel that you could do against anybody, who would it be? Anybody from this cast in any category, what would it be?
Ooh. I mean, like I said, I really wanted Roman numerals. No matter who went up there, I would have played that one really, really well. I didn't want to go against Jeremy in it just because we had flown in together and he was someone that I had really started to like. But if that had gone to someone else, I would have played that. I'm trying to think if there's any other one.
Think on it. We'll
I don't know that. Yeah,
think on it and get back to me because we're gonna set up some like dream matchups as we get on through the fall here.
Oh, nice. There we go. Yeah, I'll think on it. I'll look through the list and see. That's a good question.
Got it. All right. Thank you again, sir.
Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Good to see you, buddy.